So, a great sentence here. Just two things I want to teach you today from problems that came up in the lessons. When I was 6 years old, my father tried to teach me something. Now, as we get to the pre-intermediate level, which is where we are now, and then we start going above, we start saying much more complicated sentences, longer sentences. And, you know, we usually separate them with little commas, because this is one bit of a sentence and then this is the next bit of the sentence. And you can tell because, you know, you've got your subject and then your verb here, and then you've got your next subject and your next verb here. So you know it's like a different part of a sentence. This is how we speak. We do bits and bits and bits, and they always start with a subject and a verb and a subject and a verb and a subject and a verb. But as we go on, they get even more complicated and tricky, and they start to use something that I call verb patterns. Ings and tos and ings and other things. And it's really important that we learn how to put two verbs together. Sometimes we have to use the word to and then an infinitive. Sometimes we need an ing, like my father enjoys biking. So some verbs we need to learn are followed by an ing verb. Some verbs are followed by a to infinitive. And so these problems will come up on our lessons, and what we need to do is to start learning all the different patterns of verbs. Now this is in my favourite book, Essential Grammar in Use. You can get it on Amazon now for £21. You can get it on eBay, probably cheaper. I sell it for 20. And what you need to do are these units 51, 52, 53, 54, which take you through things like work and working, go and going, do and doing, I want to do, I enjoy doing. Exactly these problems that are coming up on our lessons. And 53 and 54 will take you even deeper once you've done 51 and 52. Now, before we go, I've got this problem here. Can you lend me a pen? Can I borrow a pen? You have to say, can you lend me? It's like saying, can you give me? You know, we have to use give, you, give me, okay? And you sell me, you give me, you sell me. Yeah, you sell something to me. This one is, can I borrow? I want to borrow. Lend and borrow mean the same thing, but here you do it, you lend. Here I borrow. I take, you give. The same thing happens. If you give me something or I take something, it's the same. So you lend me, you do it. I borrow, I then do the taking. But remember, when we lend something, or when we borrow, you need to give it back afterwards. This is what they mean. You can't just take it and keep it forever. These mean you need to give it back afterwards. Okay.